Morning guys, hello from a glorious late spring day in southwest London. Hope you're all doing really well, staying sane, staying occupied, staying relatively happy and in high spirits amidst this global weirdness we are right in the middle of. I just wanted to put a little video out there, which is something I've spoken about in the past, I'm sure, but it's definitely worth going over it again. And that is who we are, who we really are, what we are. We are far more than just a physical being, a human being. There is a part of us, an intangible part of us, that knows every thought you've ever had, every emotion and feeling you've ever felt. That was there the moment you came into this world, and will be there throughout and until the moment you die. And it's not physical, it's not tangible, because everything physical is changing, constantly changes, never stays the same, forever and ever moving, evolving, revolving. That is to say, not static, evolving, constantly moving. So take your physical body, or any physical element of yourself. The body you're in now wasn't the body you were in when you were 5 years old, 6 years old. It's a completely different body. And so it is with every physical element you can point to. Which brings in the question, who are you? Because what you are, who you are, has to be that which never changes. That is a constant that was there at the start and will be there at the end. That is who you are. Anything that changes can't be you. There's a part of you when you were born which no longer exists. Every cell has changed, has replicated itself. It's the old, for the British amongst us, it's the old Trigger's broom in Only Fools and Horses. So he's had a broom that's lasted 20 years, but he's replaced the handle 8 times and the head 15 times. Is it the same broom? So when we know that, we can start asking the question, what is it then which never changes? What is it that is a part of us, that has been there from the start, will be there all the way through and at the end, that knows every breath, knows every thought, knows every feeling, and never ever changes? That is who you are. What is that then? Well, that's the question, isn't it? And that's the question we all ask at some point in our lives. And that's the question many of us carry on asking, meditate on, seek to answer. That's the question some of us spend a lifetime trying to answer. That is the question. And it's probably different for every one of us. We all have a different answer to that question. It means something different to different people. But that is it. That is the crux of it. It probably all means the same thing and all comes back to the same thing. but it's confused by the terminology that we use, or the meaning of terminology. So what do people think when they hear the word God? It strikes up these preconceptions of God, which perhaps aren't real, aren't true, are misguided, come from misinformation, captured when we were young and we were told what God was. We were told to believe that God is X. I, for one, was certainly misinformed when I was growing up about what God is, what God was, and I have a different understanding and perception of what God is right now, and a different relationship with God. So it's all very confusing, and I wouldn't go into that now because I'm sure it would only add to the confusion. But what I would say is you are far bigger and far greater than your human self, your physical body. These are just my beliefs, my thoughts, my truth, and I'll share these with you from my own perspective. And I'm not saying they're truth, they're my truth, they're true to me. Take from them what you will as a starting point, and then ask the same questions yourself and see what you come to, because you have a truth. If you put the question out there and let it go, let go of the wanting of the answer, release, you'll find the question will be answered for you in the right time. But for me, this physical existence is only a tiny part of who we are. There's a great teacher who said years ago, I can't remember who it was, he said that we are spiritual beings having a tiny temporary physical experience. We're not physical beings having a temporary spiritual experience. And that's certainly how it is for me. We're far greater than just this physical, limited human experience, which is, let's call it for what it is. It's a very constrained experience as a human being. We can only read the world through five senses. The sixth sense, which is that greater awareness which most of us never understand or tap into. So we can only experience the world through five physical senses. We can only be in one place at one time. It's very limited and constrained. But we are far bigger and greater than that. There's a part of us which is limitless, eternal, linked to the divine. It's creation, infinite, abundant, beauty, perfection, if you will, a part of God, a part of the limitlessness of the universe. And if you find it within yourself, and it's not hard to find it, you just need to go beyond mind, go beyond the chatter and noise of the mind. And if you find it, you know it, and you feel it, and you feel the deepness and limitless nature of who you really are. And you want to reside there constantly and forever. It's wonderful. And that's what I would certainly recommend. Meditation, slowing down the noise and the chatter in the mind, looking for or looking to put distance, more and more distance between thought, and feeling your body, feeling your energy, your breath, where it comes from. And you'll start to feel who you really are, start to know who you really are. And right now is a great time to work on that. We've got a lot of time, a lot of space. Really go in, feel your energy, feel your body. Slow your breathing, slow your thought process. Start to ask those questions and release your attachment to the outcome of getting the answer. Release, allow, and trust. Everything will come. The answer will come. It'll come to you when it needs to come, when it's right for it to come. That's it, guys, for now. Hope you're keeping safe. We'll get there. We'll get through. Have a great one, guys. Have a great week, and I'll speak to you soon.